Hi, I'm Savannah Brady, and welcome to today's Nimitz Minutes, Part 2, about the trailblazing women who enlisted in World War II. You may remember in the first episode, we talked about some of the challenges that the women had to overcome in order to enlist in the military. Now, these women left their homes, some with their parents' permission and others without, all with the hopes that by banding together, that they would be able to bring their fathers, brothers, and significant others home and their country to remain free. The women who volunteered for the United States Coast Guard Women's Reserve were known as the Spars. The name came from the Coast Guard's motto, Semper Paratus, always ready. They filled important jobs that allowed men to leave the U.S. and go off to fight at sea. These women were dental hygienists, dietitians, engineers, and even worked in supply, making sure that the men fighting had everything that they might need. The United States Air Force at this time in World War II did not yet exist and was actually a branch of the Army. Due to a shortage of male pilots during the war, the Army created the Women's Air Force Service Pilots, or the Wasps program. Can you believe that more than 25,000 women applied to the program, but only 1,000 were actually accepted? These women were licensed pilots before flying for the military and were the first females to fly military equipment. The Wasps found their home at Avenger Field in Sweetwater, Texas, and flew nearly 60 million miles, ferrying planes from factories to bases, transporting cargo, and participating in simulation, strafing, and target missions. One of two Asian American Wasps, Hazel Lee, was a Chinese American who, after an emergency landing in Kansas, climbed out of her plane only to be cornered by an angry farmer who thought she was an invading Japanese pilot. Her story is just one of many inspirational stories, and they didn't stop there. As women were already serving in the Army, Navy, and Coast Guard, and after heavy losses early in the Pacific War, the Marine Corps realized that they were going to need the help of women. So they established the Marine Corps Women's Reserve. They were the only branch who did not have a nickname. And it was actually said that they didn't need a nickname. These women trained and simply were Marines. Ruth Gallivan is thought to be one of the oldest living female Marines, and she just turned 104 years old in April of 2020. She currently lives in California, and during World War II, Ruth served at a Marine Corps air station. Now that we've covered every women's branch that served in the military, I would like to draw your attention to this quote by Colonel Mary Stremlow. Some say there were naval officers who preferred to enlist ducks, dogs, or monkeys to solve the manpower shortage, but the decision was made at the highest level to use women. So think about it. These women started the war by not being allowed to enlist, were then compared to ducks, dogs, and monkeys, and by the end of the war were responsible for saving countless lives. Do you think that you would have been able to challenge yourself to rise to this level? Would you have been able to enlist and do something that no woman had ever done before you? Today, women serve alongside men in all branches of the military and are a vital component of our nation's fighting force. Have you ever had a time in your life where you faced challenges? Maybe these challenges weren't so big to other people, but they were very important to you. How did you overcome them? Do you feel that you were able to lean on others, or did you feel like you had to do it yourself? Much like the women that we talked about, they had the support of others. So I ask you, as you continue to go on and learn and grow, be sure to lean on the trusted adults in your life, like your parents, a favorite teacher, or even just some really good friends that you know will be with you through anything. Thank you so much for watching today's Nimitz Minutes, and if you enjoyed this one, check out all of our others.